Good evening, everybody, and welcome to twitch.tv/free enterprise. Tonight we have the final qualifying table of the League Forge percent. Good evening, everybody. I am Z-Man, and with me tonight in the commentators booth is Simbu. Simbu, how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. I'm looking forward to this Edward start we have.
Yeah, indeed. An Edward start on a League Forge percent is always fun, although you never know. You never know what might happen if we get the spoon first. Maybe the Edward start will be actually very nice. So who do we have featured tonight? We have Sunny Tapman, Rumblefish82, Much Paranoia, and Miari Noko.
Anyway, it looks like we just got underway, and looks like we've got a little bit of delay on some of the runners.
And it looks like we are starting off with the Pan. And Kane. So that's actually a pretty decent start. Kane can equip most of the stuff that, I shouldn't say most of the stuff that they'll find, but most of the better stuff, like the axes and the swords and the spears. And Eddie will just kind of be along for the ride.
Yeah, and not to mention Kane can equip almost all the defensive gear too. He is a very strong start.
So just real quick, just while these guys are checking out Baron, everybody here is fighting for a chance to join Rivers McCown, Nirm, Supremacy, Nightdew, Error, and Zyrak at the final table, at least guaranteed. Of course, then, there's also Z-score stuff that we'll talk about kind of as the race goes on.
Yeah, and we've got D-Mist and the Baron in. Not going to be hiding on us today.
No, so that should make Baron in a really early check for a lot of our runners, because right there, then not only do you get two bosses taken care of real quick, but you also get two key item locations out of the way. You get the Baron in location, and you get the Mist Dragon.
Yeah, and we also see Rumblefish going to Severa first. That's a very interesting play from him.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever done, or seen anybody do Silvera first. That's definitely an interesting route, and we'll see if it pays off.
Looks like we got Star Veils and Life Potions and Baron. Didn't see what was. I think it was Silk Webs at Silvera.
I actually didn't see it, so we'll see next time we have a runner check that out. We have Rumblefish checking out the basement of Troya, and we have Miare checking out Dragoon armor in the grass and mist. That's nice to.
Definitely.
It looks like we have Paranoia going to check out Kaipo, and Sunny is off to Damsey.
Got one of the twins. I'm not sure which one sitting in the bed. Probably Porum. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know there's a way you can tell based on what side the ponytail is on, but don't ask me how you can tell.
Yeah.
Nothing of any interest really in Damsian on Sunny's side. Ooh, Miari does pick up a cat claw. That's nice if we find Yang.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's hiding on Hobbs for us. But it looks like Sunny is going to be our first one diving for key items, and I just saw another cat claw for him as well.
So this just basically confirms that Yang will be behind the CPU spot. I'd say, watch and find an early power robe, but I'm pretty sure power robes aren't available in T3.
Yeah, they're classified as an ultra rare item, I believe, so only going to be in trap chests. Or maybe one of the bosses will give us one, so we can look forward to that.
This is true. Okay, we're going to get Paranoia checking out Hobbs here.
And Rydia, guarded by... is it going to be Elements or Rubicant? By Rubicant. That's kind of nasty to deal with without some sort of ice damage.
Now, looking at Sunny Tapman's screen, Sunny actually equipped ice arrows on his Edward, so he found them somewhere.
Yeah, it would definitely be pretty useful.
And we have an evil wall here in the Antlion Cave. Not terrible.
Yeah, this spot has incredibly low physical attack power, so shouldn't be a problem.
And down goes Ruby. So hopefully we'll be able to get a nice little gander here at the Hobbs flag, the one that will get Rydia a random summon.
Yeah, someone might decide to go for it. I'm personally not a fan of the random summons, but I might be proven wrong one day. Ooh, we have the hook. We have a potential hook seed on our hands.
As far as the Hobbs flag goes, that can actually pay out really well, especially if that summon is Sylph. I've gotten Sylph once there before, and that actually really carried me for a good portion of the seed. So that it might actually be worth it if, once in a while. Although, then again, you can get Imp or, the other ones that just don't do anything.
Yeah. Looks like we have the football boss check coming up.
And what do we have here in Fabul? We're going to have, drum roll please,
Leviathan. Not too bad in this spot. But Ice 2 is still going to do some pretty decent damage. I feel bad for anyone who doesn't have the Dragoon armor at this point. Yep, just enough to be one-shotting the low HP Rydia and Edward.
Although, given that the Dragoon armor was in Mist, I do believe, that's going to be interesting, because I'm not sure everybody goes into Mist as one of the normal quote-unquote checks.
We see cabins and vampires in the Eblon shop, so very nice to find cabins. And we might even get the character check. That's one of the first places to find Edge or Fu in this seed. Very important that we find one of them.
We are now going up Hobbs to get his Rydia if he so desires.
Thinking about it.
All right, right, so let's see. Who's the character that's going to appear here in the cave to the tower? Let's see what we got here. We have
Rosa. Very
Rosa.
nice.
That's
But
a really nice pickup.
we also see CPU. And Rumblefish wipes because he took too long to kill Evil Wall. Ouch.
So CPU in the Rubicant spot, it's annoying more so than anything else, just because of the speed that the attacker bot is going to have. It's just going to take a while to the HP of the actual CPU unit itself. Certainly doable, just annoying.
Yeah. It definitely has a lot of high speed, and unfortunately, we're not going to have any. We haven't currently found any good back row damage, so it's not going to be a fast fight if our runners have to go that way.
And Paranoia found the crystal. Well, what would have been the crystal if this wasn't Forge percent? He finds the Excalibur. Ooh, that Dwarf Axe in the back of Fabul there is a really nice pickup for Paranoia, as that thing will allow Kane to be back row glitched, which is really handy at points.
Yeah, it's still going to be a slow fight since you can't Zerk for CPU normally, but it at least helps the damage. Of course, you would probably be using Jump on Kane anyway for the fight.
That Fire 2 hitting Sunny pretty hard, and so is this Glare. He's gonna take a wipe to Ruby here.
Yeah, you have to be careful about physically attacking Ruby before you have the proper equipment to deal with it. And we do see a check of the minus Hobbs flag. It looks like it's Shiva.
That does look like... is that Shiva or is that Mist? Shiva.
So not horrible, but probably not great, especially since we already took Ruby down.
It's still a halfway decent AoE attack for, Rydia until we get to some of the other possible summons out there, or some of the other, good spells like Virus and Quake.
Yeah. And it looks like Paranoia is also going for the Demus. Gonna try to cast that Shiva. I don't know if it's gonna go off in time. Yeah, just a little bit too late there.
We have Miare trying to take out Rubicant, and Paranoia takes down the Mist Dragon. Rumblefish checking out Fabul.
And Water Hag as our second boss, so pretty appreciative that it's probably going to be pretty easy to take down.
Yeah.
But we'll see which two key items that Paranoia gets to cash in here in just a moment. Ooh, hopefully they can get this final attack off. That Dwarf Axe is slowing them down just a little bit too much right now. Ouch. Was it Paranoia who got the Dragoon? Because that was a lot of damage if they had the Dragoon armor on.
Yeah, that was. So I'm not sure which one of our runners found the Dragoon armor in Mist, to be honest.
And Sunny getting his X-Cal, it looks like.
And Rumblefish about to take on the Evil Wall at Antlion again. Okay, let's see if Rumblefish can actually take down the Evil Wall this time. And there goes the Mist Dragon. Now Paranoia is in a much better place than he was for the first time trying to take out this Water Hag.
Yeah, definitely. This might be one of the places you would want to use the rod as an item to guarantee the hit from Rydia, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Miari taking down Ruby.
And the Water Hag goes down with an ARG.
And another X-Cal. This seed is not being very nice today.
And Paranoia picking up yet another White Mage in Porum. Interesting name that the weird name generator come up with for Porum. Very quite interesting. All right, and what does the Mist Dragon give us here? The Mist Dragon is going to give us
a white shirt. Not bad, but definitely not what these runners want to see at the moment. Basically, this confirms that it's either Ordeals or Hook, and neither one of those is a very nice play right now.
No, and none of our runners, I believe, have found sirens in shops yet either, so boy, the play here is going to be interesting. Personally, I'd probably do chest hunting in Eblon and here, well, in both the castle and the cave, just to get some experience on...
Actually, I see sirens on Sunny's screen right now. It looks like they're in Mysidia.
So that might actually be a nice way to get some rather quick experience up on Ordeals. Because right now I don't think any of our runners are in a good shape at all to take on the Hook boss.
I would personally prefer to grind in Tower of Babel. The EXP there is just orders of magnitude better than what you can get on Hobbs. I think it's usually about 15 to 20,000 per encounter versus on Hobbs all you're going to be getting is 4,000 or so. I meant Ordeals.
No, Ordeals, the 2 Lamia fight or Lilith fight gets you 5,500 per person for the group, and the only one I know of in the tower that a siren will get you would be the Green Dragon Egg, which I believe is 4,800 per.
I meant just random encounters. Usually the random encounters there are very good. You have the Mad Ogre and such, which are very easy with an Hourglass. But I thought that the Siren play only gave about 4,400. We'll see in just a second. It looks like that is what Sunny is going for.
Yeah, get a few levels underneath his belt before taking on the Ordeals bosses. Now, the Liliths are susceptible to hourglasses. I'm a little... maybe Sunny doesn't have hourglasses.
I thought I saw hourglass ones for sale somewhere, but I would just throw Cure 2 potions if he was able to pick them up. That's typically the quickest way to deal with them.
Ooh, couldn't even get a life glitch off on the Lilith. That's gonna hurt a little bit.
That's because Liliths are undead. That's why Cure 2 potions are so good at dealing damage to them.
I never connected that dot before. I don't know why. I played this for how long? I never connected that dot. All right, there we go.
And I missed the EXP. I wasn't watching.
5,500.
Okay.
So looks like Rumblefish has picked up his Rosa. And looks like Rumblefish is now either hunting for the Staleman chest or for various equipment. It looked like a crystal armor pickup.
Yeah, I just saw the crystal armor.
That's really nice for gold, because that's pretty much what its major use is in something like this, given how we don't have Cecil yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice if you need to be a cover bot, especially for a very rough boss in Feymarch or something, but this is definitely not useful for anything but money right now.
To address Demarine and Nightdew in chat, yes, somebody did find an elven bow for sale. I think it was either Kaipo or Troya, I think, maybe? Mecha Link says Fabul, so it's somewhere. We know we've seen it.
It looks like our runners are converging on Ordeals. I don't blame them. CPU would take forever with this current setup, but it's going to be interesting to see what item we get from up here.
Ooh, we got the dolls as the first fight here in the Milan spot. Not terrible, especially if you found an item that does AoE damage. Hourglasses certainly work on the back three, so not a bad fight.
Yeah, this would be one of those situations where the Shiva would actually be used. But yeah, any level 2 attack item would clean this fight up. I know Rumblefish picked up a Stardust, but I don't know if I would want to waste it here.
Okay, and we have Sunny taking on the dolls. Now, I don't believe Sunny actually got Shiva Faridia, I don't think.
It looks like he doesn't have Faridia. I know Paranoia got it, and I think Miari got it as well, but... well, at least I saw Miari getting through Ruby.
Ooh, and Sunny can't take down the Kales in enough time to prevent the Kalbrina from coming out to play.
Luckily, this spot has really bad physical attack, so it's horrible, but you're going to be going through a lot more HP this way. And if you unluckily get charmed, it could be really bad. And just as I say that, there goes Kane. Smartly attacking Kane to stop his rampage.
Alright, so who do we have here in the Milan Z spot? Ooh, Ashura. This is... Hopefully Rumblefish has Star Veils here.
I saw a Mute Dagger, and if they have the Mute Dagger, this not going to be that horrible, but definitely not a fun boss. Now we have Paranoia checking out and finding Rosa. Let's see if they're going to continue onward or backtrack towards ordeals.
Ooh, sure, healing yourself with that cure, with the well-timed cure 4. Ooh, and running out of arrows is Rumblefish.
It looks like Paranoia is not wanting to backtracking towards ordeals. Rumblefish wiping, not great. I think he could get through it with 2 well-timed jumps, but I can definitely understand not wanting to continue up here, as Shura can be such a troll.
Although Sunny does have 2 Star Veils, more than 2, but we'll do the Star Veil thing, and Ashura will just cure his party. And attack every once in a while, but Sunny should be able to take down Ashura here.
Ooh, Artemis arrows for Paranoia. Very nice. I just hope they're ready in case they do run into Stelman chests, because they can do a lot of damage really quickly.
Speaking of...
Uh-oh. Okay, it looks like they got the hourglass off, so they'll be fine.
Now, if Paranoia got Shiva, this is, again, where Shiva will pay off. So this will be a nice little chunk of experience here for Paranoia. Oh, but doesn't have the HP for Shiva. Or MP, I should say. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Kane can get through this without too much trouble. Although it looks like he's using Ice Arrow, though. Not doing enough damage, though.
And Ashura goes down on Sunny's side, so let's see, what do we have here in Ordeal?
The pass, so no value, but this means this is a required seed.
Oh, with Golbez. Oh.
And the trolls keep on coming. This is... Luckily, Sunny has the perfect party for this, but still, just having to sit through this after accidentally tripping the Calbrana and also going... You just know that he's not feeling happy about this, knowing that now he also has to go straight into Eblon Cave and deal with a CPU that's also going to take another probably 15 minutes to get through. I would not be feeling good at this point.
Yeah, I mean, these runners, they haven't found a good weapon for Kane at all. I think it was Paranoia that found the Artemis arrows in the Eblon Cave, but, you know, there's only so many of those. This is This is going to be a rough fight to get through and get to the underworld. This is rough.
Sunny opting not. Oh, Sunny does have a Starvel up on Kane. I was beginning to worry. I saw his Rosa go down. But, all I have to say is Tarasu, very nice job rolling this seed. These runners are going to hate you for the next week.
Yeah, this is not a good one. Oh man. It's scenes like this that have me quite happy to be here behind the mic and not actually running the controller here.
Yes.
All right, so let's see what our runners choose to do now. We have Miari taking on the Stalemen here in the Eblon.
Yeah, I guess they're just going to hope that they find some decent weapon for Kane. There's really nothing else you can do at this point.
Yeah, I would definitely go into the Castle Eblon and try to fight through some of the monsters there.
Uh-oh, it looks like we've got a little stream hiccup. Maybe that was just on my end. Anyway.
All right, so let's see, what do we have here? So we'll be able to see what they got out of what Miari gets here out of the Stalemen fight. Hopefully it's something halfway decent, although Paranoia is doing a siren grind. Supremacy, yes, hourglasses are available in quite a few places in this seed. Ninja Star, oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, this just looks like everyone is trying to avoid the hook dive, but they're going to be so disappointed when they realize that's literally the only way they can go.
And there are the
Miari
Elven Bows.
Yeah, Elven Bow is going to make Ashura very nice and easy.
Paranoia doing some Lilith grinding here. Not necessarily a bad call, although I still prefer heading into Eblon Castle, at least for a little bit, just to see if you can't get some items out of those trap.
That seems to be the play that Sunny is making right now. I wonder if he'll be rewarded with potentially an adamant armor. At this point, nothing is really going to make the CPU any faster, but it might be able to save the rest of your seed.
Well, and it's not just the CPU that these runners have to worry about. That King Queen Eblon spot in front of what we know to be the CPU, that can be a brutal spot as well.
Yeah, the physical attack in that spot is brutally high. We do have 2 white mages, though. I think you can get through almost everything with just blinks, but we'll have to see how things go. Tifa correctly pointing out that it is very fast. I think I saw a curse string somewhere, though, so I personally would probably put a curse string on Edward and go in there ready to spam blinks after taking down the Mad Ogre chest, but we'll see what our runners come up with. Rumblefish just having a nasty time with this Ashura. Once again, getting cured forward. Just not his day.
We have me and Baron In taking on Leviathan, and we have Sunny Tapman, taking on the Lamia and Black Cat fight here in the Avalon Castle. Or I'm sorry, Fabul. Alright, so looks like Sunny is whittling this Lamia down. Let's see what this trap chest here is going to hold. Alright, let's see what we have here. Some good levels on top of, whatever this item is going to be.
Another Charm Rod. Unfortunately, we already have one, so it's not really going to do any favors to our runners.
Alright, so we do have Paranoia here in the Tower of Babel. Let's see. It does look like he's hunting for that Mad Ogre chest, which does give great experience, especially if you can life glitch the first 3.
And Sunny finding the Mad Ogre chest in Avalon Castle. Hopefully he doesn't take too much more damage here. He's getting pretty close to a potential wipe. But manages to hold out, so good on his end. It's really dangerous to leave your heavy tanker of Kane in the front row in this situation, just because he's your most likely to be able to survive multiple hits. You would much prefer him in the back row for the start of this fight.
So we have a question in chat from Dust Minion, and I think Simbu, this is going to be better explained by you than by me. What is this life glitch of which we speak?
So the life glitch is pretty small oversight by the developers, where they allowed actions that target enemies to still go through even after their sprite disappears. And one of the consequences of that is you can target a life potion on the enemies before they completely vanish from the screen, and the life potion will still activate. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, unfortunately for the developers, all of the enemies have a 0 in their vitality stat, which means they get revived with 0 HP and instantly die again. So it's a way of being able to kill an enemy multiple times without having to actually kill them. Very useful for getting lots of EXP very quickly.
And the Mad Ogre fight on Sunny Tapman's side yields a very wonderful Stardust item.
It looks like Paranoia is about to get through his Mad Ogre fight, so we'll see how that goes.
Give us something good.
A Silent Staff, I mean, it could be worse. With a White Robe and a Silent Staff, we've got some very powerful coming up, but unfortunately they're still only Cure 2s, and they're not going to save you lots and lots of physical damage.
So it looks like Paranoia is going to cabin up and save here and try to at least see what's here in the King Queen Evelyn.
Personally, I'm rooting for DKC just because that means it's going to add another 20 minutes. But we'll see if we get something maybe a little bit nicer.
Oh,
Mom
you
bomb.
had to say nicer. Oh, this is not a fun, pleasant experience here.
So Mom Bomb has an extra 10,000 HP added to their total from their in the first half of the fight to prevent you from just completely sweeping through it. And then in the second half, you can use an hourglass, but you're taking 6 attacks for a bunch of damage. This is not nice. This is where you need to pull out your curse rings. You need to pull out your blink strats. Hopefully you've got a stack of illusions in your inventory. And yeah.
This is just not a fun fight here at all. This is just awful.
Yeah, I have to say, unfortunately, we're going to be seeing a lot of forfeits tonight.
Oh, I absolutely. Unfortunately.
Because not only is this just a horrible, horrible mom bomb, then you have to sit through a 10 to 15 minute CPU fight afterward. This is probably one of those times where only the best of runners who immediately dove hook are going to get to underground sub out, and that's quite impressive.
So, Sunny Tapman, for his work in the Stone Man Skull Trap Chest, got a Dragoon Shield. Good shield.
And a rune axe. Nice.
That's pretty nice, because that's the best weapon for Kane that we've seen yet.
It'll make clearing up the Mad Ogres in Babel a lot easier, but unfortunately with the accuracy penalty, it's not going to be leagues and above everything else, but it's definitely a welcome addition.
Dust Minion comments in chat. I've only played FE once, and this scene bewilders me. Minion, man, I've played FE hundreds of times, and this seed would annoy me to no end. So, you know, that this bewilders you, it's going to bewilder a lot that are even running this seed right now. This is just a rude seed.
Could you imagine if it was Catalyte?
I would have quit 10 minutes ago. I've been like, nope, I got better things to do with my day.
Oh. This would have definitely been a very fun light seed, but as it stands, I think we're eventually going to get through this, but I think most of our restream runners are probably going to have to grind a little bit. I don't think they know curse ring strats enough to... Yeah, it looks like Paranoia's going in again, so just not very nice.
You know, I think Softnum in chat has actually summed up this seed very well. If this was a practice seed, they all would have given up by now.
Paranoia wiping yet again. Just... Yeah, I think the only reasonable strategy you have for this is to split up your... Actually, this could be one of the few instances where a virus strat would come through. If the runners decide to get Rydia up to level 26, I believe it is, and cast virus on Mom Bomb, they would only have to wait about 15 minutes, and then Mom Bomb would explode, and then everyone else would explode, leaving Edward the sole survivor. But it's 15 minutes worth getting through this fight with.
Man, that's Mecha Link bringing up a good point in chat that we still haven't seen the Flame Dog chest in Zot yet. Why not? All right, Paranoia's like, nope, can't do this, nope.
Tifa, we timed Odin, and it was approximately an hour and 13 minutes to get through the 20-some thousand HP. So remember, this spot has approximately 6,000, but then it's going to be split in half. So you're going to have a virus and then 2,000 more HP to tick through. So I think about 15 to 20 minutes, and you would be able to get through with just virus. Honestly, the best strat here right now, put a curse ring on Edward, spam blinks until you finally get ahead. Hopefully you have illusions. I don't know if we saw illusions anywhere, but if you have illusions, then the boss, you can get through the opening phase. The explosion is nasty, but Edward can just hide and survive the fight for you. And
so why the cursed ring on Edward? And why not somebody like a Porom, who is naturally low agility anyways, just to really slow down the battle? Why, you said that a few times. Why are you thinking put it on Edward?
Edward is the most useless in this fight because he's just going to hide. You need your Porom and your Rosa to be casting Blink for you, and you would prefer your Rydia and your Kane to actually be doing some sort of damage. Obviously, you could put it on anyone, but it's just the pure fact that Porom actually has something to do, and everyone right now is below 15 agility, so you put the curse ring on them, and they will be at 1 agility. I think the highest agility is Kane, and I would assume he's only about 16 or 17 agility, right?
So Paranoia is hunting for something.
Possibly illusions. That would be what I was looking for. Silkweb's a welcome addition, but unfortunately they're not going to slow the boss down enough.
Wouldn't this just be the rudest thing ever if there were no illusions available in the, above?
It would be rude, but you do have 2 white mages, so it could be much ruder.
Yeah, you just have to grind them up till they each get blink and hope that, they survive.
Yeah, which I think they get blink around level 23 or so. I'm not 100% sure on those levels, but it's definitely a doable fight. It's just not a fun fight.
So Paranoia slapping that cursed ring on Rosa immediately and taking Rosa down to the 1s.
Rumblefish even going out of his way to the backside of Hobbs. Our runners right now are just begging for something to save them from the seed.
It's an interesting seed. It's half reject percent, half Catalyte, half... this isn't League Forge percentage. This is just... a test of willpower at this.
Yeah, this is definitely one of our slower seeds. It's too bad we don't have very top runners. Like, I think Dusty Griff is in here, and he's been placing like 3rd in every... I think his lowest placement has been 3rd in all of our seeds so far. It would be interesting to show the strats that some of the higher tier runners could come up with.
All right, so it looks like Paranoia is going to take another bite at this apple here. That, strangely enough, looks like Mom Bomb. Or does the Mom Bomb look like an apple? I can't tell.
We've got Dr. Degenerator saying that Dusty is already in the CPU fight. I would assume at least one person is... I don't know, it's very close to the point where people will start being able to break into the underground is my theory, but... It seems like we're finally out of options on the overworld and everyone is slowly converging and Sunny's about to get the bad news.
Alright, so here we go. We're giving this fight a try with Rosa at Agility 1 on Paranoia's side.
Gets the Silk Web off, which is a pretty nice start, but... Did they turn down their battle speed? Because that would also help them a lot in this fight. They do have Blink, however, so they've got a chance here. Going for Cure 2, that's a very interesting cast. Usually just better because you're going to get at least 2 survivals instead of 1 out of it.
Okay, and Paranoia does get a blink off.
Unfortunately, the Explode is going to do a lot of damage, so... And there goes down Kane. I think Paranoia has the winning strategy. They just need a little bit so that they can get their blink fast enough. And again, I would recommend not using Rosa as your anchor because Rosa is still going to be slowed down a little bit by using that curse ring. You want her and Porom to be able to cast Blink as fast as possible.
Paranoia going for it again. Sunny noped out of there and is going somewhere.
Going to Mist, interesting. I don't know what they could hope to find here.
There's that Dragoon armor that would help Kane defense-wise if you can get Kane in the back row.
I'm surprised they didn't grab that earlier when they came through to get the Mist item.
Rumblefish learning Shiva. And Miari about to get the bad news.
Lecter just made a very good point in chat that if someone was able to find a Moonveil, then that would really open up the seed. Oh, Sunny did not grab the items. There's his white robe. Rivers, I'm going to take a bet that the Z-scores in this race are not going to be very good. So, you know, if Dusty or Kobahi or a few of the other runners manage to somehow take second, yeah, it would be probably a good thing for me.
Yeah, given how you are currently, I believe, 6th in Z-score, and the top 4, along with the automatic qualifiers, will qualify. So, you know, if 2 of the top other 4 Z-scores automatically qualify, you get in.
I am actually 5th ranked right now, so I only need one person to jump in, and then 3rd and 4th place to be much lower than 1.12. So
Yeah, because I can read and count. Apparently, apparently that's just not something I can do.
Paranoia is still struggling, but put Kane in the back row, so he's actually taking some hits here. This has a chance at working. Unfortunately, I think that Explode comes out, it's going to wipe his party unless he's able to hide Edward.
I'm a little surprised Sonny didn't do the Zot check while he was here because, like has been intimated, why not try for a Moon Veil or something along those lines?
On one hand, though, I have to say I feel really bad for Sonny right now because this was his first time being able to be restreamed, and he was so excited for it, and now he has to do this. And I bet he's completely in utter just terror right now. Like, oh my goodness, am I going to have to forfeit this seed?
All right, so now you just got to get through the mom bomb here. Or I should say the bomb and gray bombs.
Luckily,
yes, use
Hourglasses... No, not the firebomb.
Oh no! Oh no!
The damage is not too bad, but if the explodes come, you're... Oh, no. There was the high roll.
Well, Paranoia is getting closer. Going for it again.
Yeah, I think this strat here is to just hide Edward so that he can sit through the explodes at the end. This spot doesn't give any EXP anyway, but unfortunately, Edward strats are also very... We will be going over Edward strats in a week or two when we do Edward percent, but unfortunately, this had to come first and no one's prepared.
Looking at the schedule, what we have next week is the reject percent event next week.
And I believe it's Edward percent after reject percent, followed by Catalyte.
Nope, it goes reject, Catalyte, Edward, 2v2.
So we've got 3 more weeks, but that said, reject percent, we're going to be seeing a lot of Edward anyway.
So it looks like Sonny's going to go do some more Lilith grinding. Rumblefish, I believe this is Rumblefish's first sight at the Mom Bomb here. Ow. Ow. Get Cooped commenting that, just got it from a dog walk. How are we doing? Cooped, I'm pretty sure that on your dog walk, your dog made a seed and had enough time to digest it and poop it out.
Yeah, I mean, just the pure fact that we didn't have any rabbit holes on the overworld, and it's an hour in, and none of our restream runners are around yet.
All right, so Paranoia has once again gotten the Mom Bomb into the Bomb Gray Bomb formation. Now, can they pull off an actual win here?
Trying to jump. Unfortunately, that's only going to kill one, and they're going to start exploding if they don't just hit them to death. And there's the explode. That's going to do a couple hundred damage, just not enough.
Julissa, yes, Paranoia does have 1 Hourglass 3 left, I do believe.
Dimmering does mention that a Stardust would get through this, and I think that would be the second best besides just hiding it, is throw out a Stardust and clean up everyone, because the firebomb they used just wasn't enough. I do know everyone found at least one Stardust if they haven't used it yet. I don't see it in Paranoia's inventory though, so maybe they were not able, they didn't keep it.
Looks like Miare Noko went up to
Ordeals
and is now taking care of the Calbrena.
Personally, I disagree. Tifa, random encounter that Rumblefish are doing would be my personal grind of choice. It's just going to be at least twice as much EXP, a little bit more if you life glitch. I would advise you watch how much EXP Rumblefish gets. I think this encounter is about 15 or 16,000 EXP. Paranoia does not have the right ideal sirens down here. I mean, eggs are easier, but
Ooh, Rumblefish does not get a life glitch on either of the Black Cats, but does get one on the Mad Ogre.
I mean, missing out on about 5,000. I think Black Cat out with 24,500 each, but I think this is still going to be very good EXP. Yeah, 12,000. With the life glitch on Black Cats, it would have been more. And of course, jumping and killing the back Mad Ogre first would have been even better.
So you learn something new every day.
The question right now is who is going to be runners around, and surprisingly, we still have no fits. You would think the despair would have started to set in, but it looks like people are going to tough this out and actually go away.
Well, let's see what happens once the first, done or two come in. Let's see, because right now everybody still has hope, but as soon as that first person dot's done, well, then there goes all. It looks like Sunny's making his way back to the Mom Bomb. Awaken Smoke, that might actually be me. I do sometimes have a tendency to let up on my push to talk button a half a second too early. I know that is a problem of mine, and I'm trying to fix it as best I can.
I haven't heard myself. Well, I can't hear myself breaking up, but if it's me breaking up, just say something. Try to fix something. This is my first time commentating, so. Oh, is it me? I'll see what I can do about that.
And see, I haven't had an issue hearing you at all, so. All right, so we do have Rumblefish going for more random encounters, and we have Paranoia doing eggs. We have Miare doing Golbez in ordeals, and Sunny Tapman about to take on the Mom Bomb yet again. Okay, and I'm a little surprised here. Sunny hasn't put Kane in the back row. Given that Kane is back row glitch with Dwarf Axe and has a couple of pieces of Dragoon gear, I would think that, Kane could actually do some decent survival in the back row. But that's just...
Yeah, I definitely agree. Or restreamed runner. I do see that Paranoia back row Kane and was able to get into the second phase a couple times because of that, but just wasn't able to clutch out the fight. Sunny is able to get into the second fight, will survive the onslaught, but in the front row, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're about to get eaten alive. Yep.
You have Miare doing some Lilith grinding.
Everyone just looking for some way of being able to get past the lead, but so far just hitting an absolute brick wall.
Let's see, Rumblefish using a cabin and saving. Wonder if Rumble's going to give it another go. Yep, looks like. All right, so now we have 3 of our runners here fighting Mom Bomb, quote unquote.
Tries the Grimwire and gets an Odin. Getting a Bahamut from would get you directly into the second phase. Unfortunately, still going to be stuck with the bombs in the second phase, but an Hourglass would still get you through pretty easily.
We are getting reports in chat of several of the race runners being underground. Oh, this is interesting. Paranoia is getting into the second phase here with Blink on Kane and Rosa.
And it looks like Kane might be zerked.
Kane is indeed zerked.
All they have to do now is get off a hourglass before getting eaten. But it looks like they don't know they can hourglass the second fight. Sunny, on the other hand, does seem to know. It's just, does he have enough HP to survive?
Oh, come on, no. And Sunny's got the right idea.
Yeah, he just doesn't know that he needs to put Kane in the back. If he put his Kane in the back, this would be easy. On the other hand, Paranoia is going to come down to this
Paranoia's going to get it.
Yes.
Yep, got it. Whoo! Paranoia is the first one here to take down Mom Bomb. Now go save.
Yes, please go save.
No! Okay.
So now we get through what is probably going to be a 10, maybe 15-minute CPU fight. Everyone get your timers.
Meanwhile, up on Sunny's side, Sunny got a Bahamut off the Grimoire and is now going into this fight here with 4 people upright and looking halfway decent. Maybe.
Unfortunately, he does not have his Kane in the back row, and you're going to have to survive the first 6 attacks. Maybe? He might be out in the clear? Using the Stardust.
I think he's in the clear.
Sunny, our second person to defeat the menace that is Mom.
And Sunny running back downstairs to go save. Meanwhile, we have Paranoia now in the CPU fight. Again, this isn't overly dangerous. They have plenty of people to cure the Mazer attack. It's just now whittling down that 21,000 HP that the CPU has.
Meanwhile, Rumblefish is looking for something, probably trying to get an adamant, but we already know that no such thing is going to drop into his lap.
Now, interestingly, his Rydia just learned Virus.
We could still see those virus strikes.
It's possible.
And we have our first forfeit. Unfortunately, Cassidy is throwing the towel.
Yeah, can't blame that one bit.
Meanwhile, Paranoia trying to get some damage, but probably going to find out that the only damage that exists in this fight is Kane.
He's throwing the Artemis arrows on.
For 237 damage.
It's something. Right? You would only need 100 of those to kill the CPU.
Yeah, unfortunately, 10, and he can't afford to cast Berserk. I wasn't paying attention. It's possible. I do know that you take approximately a 30% damage penalty if you have arrows equipped incorrectly. I think you get half the power of your arrows instead of the full power, which with Artemis arrows is a very big chunk of damage.
Now dancing dagger would be nice here. Something you could use as an item and do one person damage. That would be really nice. A dancing dagger. Awaken smoke. Yes, it absolutely matters what hand the arrows are in. You want the arrow to be in the dominant hand of the attacker. So for Rosa, you want her arrows in her right hand and her bow in her left.
Kane is being able to jump for 1,000-ish damage, so the fight will eventually end. It's just that 21 jumps is a very, very long time.
Oh no. Miare. No. Miare. Miare makes it through the mom bomb, but doesn't save.
I mean, this fight is not dangerous, but...
Well... No, I suppose it's not dangerous per se.
I like the way you're going, Supremacy.
All right, so we have Rumblefish getting out of the Eblon Cave and headed to where?
That Rune Axe is paying off dividends for Sunny, though. I saw a 2,300 hit, and his Rosa is also doing a lot more damage than I saw Paranoia's Rosa doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sunny has full cleared everything that can be cleared except for Zot. So, get cooped. How come Kane randomly did 2,300? Kane has... Sunny's Kane has the Rune Axe equipped. And the Rune Axe was found in the basement of Eblon Castle, which is something Paranoia has not checked yet.
Yeah, the Rune Axe suffers from a pretty big accuracy penalty, but that being said, at this point it doesn't really matter. You just want the bigger damage numbers.
Yep, and Awakened Smoke pointing out that we are indeed at 6 minutes on Para's CPU fight because Para did start the CPU fight right about at 111 flat. And we have been joined in chat by Cass. This is quite the seed, Cassidy. All right, so we have 3 of our 4 runners here taking on the CPU, and we have Rumblefish doing some inventory management.
Get cooped. That's because the Rune Axe only has about a 60% accuracy, so, and that's boosted a little bit by Kane's jump and his levels, but it's still about a 70% chance, so sometimes he's going to hit really hard, and sometimes it's going to miss all but 1 or 2 hits. And besides the original 50% damage range, the hit accuracy is really going to mess up with the consistency of the damage, which is why we usually prefer the Ogre axe over the Rune axe, just because it has that more consistent accuracy and is better until approximately level 50, where the Rune axe's accuracy finally catches up and the raw damage can outdo the Ogre axe.
And Sunny is the first one to take out the CPU.
All of that extra time searching for items has for once paid off. And down goes CPU.
And I'm sure you're hearing Sunny breathe a huge sigh of relief. All right, now on to the second half of the seed. Where will be the Legend Sword and where will be the Adamant?
Well, no one has finished yet, so they have not found it yet. It's not like Faye March and Sheila has all the goods today.
Well, given how many regular quote-unquote items we found in key item locations, there are certainly some at the summons and on the moon. So maybe one of our key items actually has made its way to the moon. Oh, and now you find the Sylph for Sunny. Now you find Sylph. Really?
He had to think about it, but he decided, yes, I wanted this the whole time. Maybe he was just like, how did I go this entire seed without finding this very important summon that would have made my life so much better until afterwards, wherein I probably don't need it anymore.
Yeah, if this were Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, I would be throwing a few bombs at that chest and just be like, no, go away.
And I didn't mention it, but we did have our second forfeit of the night. Slack H has forfeited. Cannot blame them with how rude this seed is. An hour 20-minute underground is just absolutely terrifying. This might be one of the rare circumstances where checking those places would have been a good idea, Tifa, but I mean, the only thing that would have really helped you outside of the Rune Axe that Sunny found would have been a Moonveil, but at the end of the day, T3 just sometimes decides, hey, we don't like you. And we get the Baron Key from the Sylphs.
So we do have our wonderful creator, Boardface, here in chat, who totally peeked at all the overworld chests. So, Boardface, what'd you find? Did you find anything good when you peeked at the chest? And Paranoia takes down the CPU. And Rumblefish takes down Mom Bomb.
Go ahead, Boardface. I mean, don't spoil where our Legend Sword is, but we will greatly accept news on what potential weapons they could have found somewhere in this seed.
So we have Sunny checking out the summons here. We have the Sisters and Antlion.
Those are not fun.
I mean, really, in this seed, is anything fun? In the Feymark chest, the sand ruby was found.
I think that was Palom. I know it was one of the twins. We did find Porum, so it's fairly likely that it's our Palom. So right now, that Baron key is looking really nice, but maybe if we can find Siren somewhere. Oh, we did find Siren, so we could go and do a little bit of grind, and this is an awful party excluding Edward. Still no spoon, so...
So Boardface mentioning that there was a moon veil to be found in the overworld. Oh, don't tell me. Was it in one of the Chocobo spots? That'd be hysterical if there was a moon veil in one of the Chocobo spots.
Baron Key was the Sylph's key item, so what we got from hitting Yong with the pan.
And I would think Sunny is probably going to beeline right for Sheila 1 and 2.
The Moonveil gives you a very close to permanent image status, so you take absolutely no physical attacks for a very, very long time. We're talking about longer than the CPU fight. Moonveil and the Watery Pass, so
Watery
no
Pass,
value in Chocobo Forest, but...
Yeah, I never would have thought to check the Watery Pass. Oh, looks like Sunny is going to pick up Quack Kid. Now, in this seed, Quack Kid is definitely superior to Rydia.
But going to toss away the Porum.
Interesting. Well, I suppose if you find a Bahamut, then that's something. All right, so Paranoia is doing Dwarf Castle first and finding a Moon Boss here.
D-Lunars, somewhat nasty, but should be pretty easy to take down. I'm surprised at going for a Starvel immediately. Are they thinking they can't DPS through this fast enough? That's true supremacy, but there's also no need for Edward at the moment, so take that as you will.
So we have Miare and Rumblefish taking down the CPU. Oh, I'm sorry, Miare taking down, really, the CPU.
I'm a little bit concerned for Paranoia here. They popped their Starvels really early and then are just sitting here. Their Starvels might wear off. No, they were able to get the Lunar Frog strat, so... Well, Smoke, I'm glad you asked, because we have this new flag in the 3.0 randomizer that's been up for the last 3 months that allows us to rescue people from the Tower... Is it called the Tower of Light, I believe, in Mysidia?
I think so.
Either way...
the Tower of the Whale or something along those lines.
Yeah, but you can go to Mysidia and regain your party members. So if we find a spoon, hooray! But for the moment, I would really prefer Palom with his Quake powers to Edward. And Porum is even useful in taking down like that nasty antlion. I would really prefer to have 2 white mages to be able to spam my blinks. Ooh, interesting. Sunny just turned in the pan for the Luca key and the Twin Harp. we could get music tonight, guys.
And meanwhile, Sunny's key item count is steadily growing now. And that's important because once Sunny gets to 10 key items, then all the experience in this seed will double. Ooh, and we have Dark Cecil at the Golbez spot.
And Fu. Fu, it looked like he had 1300 HP, so this is probably going to be a free fight. I don't think there's much physical power in this spot, so maybe 200 damage? Yeah, about 200 damage across the board. No problem just face tanking the Cecil.
Bye, Eddie. Interesting. Tiaras for sale in Baron.
Too bad we couldn't have found those earlier to help tank through Mom Bomb.
Yeah, right. All right, so Sunny now heading down underneath Baron to head toward the Baron Castle to take down the two bosses there and open up the Odin spot.
Meanwhile, Paranoia is checking our dwarf item, and it's the Earth Crystal. So we literally have everything that everyone wanted for the overworld now.
Miari booking it straight to Sheila, where he'll find the Luca key and the Twin Harp.
Somewhat good news and somewhat bad news for our runners is there is still no sight of any part of Go mode. So this could very well be our 2-hour seed that everyone's been dying for.
And we do have the elements here in the Bygone spot. Not bad at all.
And Rumblefish finally, the last of our restream runners to get through CPU. Hour 30 minutes, you just know they have to be feeling horrible. I'm wondering what type of risks they're going to take trying to just power through this seed and find something to maybe give them some semblance of a good finish.
Another cat claw for that Yang we're never going to find. All right, so what do we have here in the King's Place? We have one of the Mylon fights.
At this point, I don't think you care at all who's here unless it's Wyvern. You've been through so much already, it's like, I'm just going to destroy whatever you put in my way.
Yeah, pretty much at this point. And Sunny doing the smart thing and just abusing the ever-loving heck out of Sylph at this point. Those illusions we were looking for in the Feymark shop. Because of course they are.
And Mylon Z goes down. I wonder, will we find anyone worthwhile here in Baron?
I mean, the only one that would be not worthwhile at this point would be Tella. Oh god, I shouldn't have said that. I should never have said that.
Oh, there is our Yong.
All right.
Now watch him drop Edward, and we get the spoon.
Bye, Eddie. Okay, Miare not far behind Sunny and taking down the elements. Now we got to go through what I consider to be the longest cutscene in the game. That stupid long walk down this bridge. Or ladder, or whatever the heck this is supposed to be. And we have Paranoia taking on the sisters at the Leviathan spot.
Leviathan summon. Well, at least Rydia just became a little bit more useful, so
yeah, that's
some merit to holding on to her.
Yeah, that is significantly better than the Sylph summon. So, Rydia is certainly extraordinarily usable at this point in time.
Double cat call on Yang. Very nice. Unfortunately, he is still low level, so it's going to take him a while to do some decent damage, but he could be our source for damage during Zeromus.
Yeah, whenever you take Yang, you take Yang knowing that during most of the game, Yang isn't going to be that good, but for Zeromus, he can be one of your world beaters. Because once Yang gets leveled up enough, then it's, no holds barred with him. He can easily do 4,000 damage per shot.
Sunny's over here in Toria. We just have to ask, is he going to try to go to Twin Harp? Come on, Sunny, give the fans what they want. And it looks like we are going to get music tonight. Hooray.
Woohoo! We have Rumblefish going through the underwater passage underneath Baron, and Miari taking out whatever that was. We just saw it. I don't remember it. To find Yang.
I believe it's Mylon Z.
Yeah, good point.
Paranoia is getting through this Mega Sisters fight pretty well. Just spamming Quake and Titan, which is pretty much the best way to get through this fight. We'll just have to see if they can keep it up before they unfortunately have to take a wipe.
Thought for a second about summoning Ashura. Might not have been a bad call here. But summon Sylph instead.
I mean, Sylph does actually do some damage for you, so it's not a bad idea, and you're not going to accidentally get walled. I meant life 1, but unfortunately Fu goes down, so Paranoia in a not too great situation right now.
Although Paranoia remembering that he did in fact have a mute arrow.
And we're about to get music on Sunny's screen, so we'll be quiet for that. Chat is calling out Secret Amana, so I will take the word for it since I've never played the game.
It is that area of the game where you have to walk the seasons in a certain order to unlock the path.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, but Invenerable called it out in chat. Walk the season, spring to winter, spring again, and enter.
Anyway, we have just the guards fight. They'll be pretty easy to take down. Sunny even going to use coffins, which I think is a little bit overkill here, but I mean, this is one of the cases where you can just throw money at all your problems.
And Paranoia just finishing out the Magic Sisters fight by having, Kane solo jump.
Yeah, hopefully they don't accidentally get charmed again. That could slightly throw their plans off, but Sunny getting the pink tail, so we do have an adamant armor in play. I bet everyone wished they had that earlier, though.
Well, yeah. So I guess now the question becomes: you have that pink tail. I mean, it makes sense. You put it on Kane, I suppose.
Kane is good at the beginning, but I would honestly put it on Yong, because as soon as he hits 30 with double cat claws, his damage is going to go through the roof.
And we have a lightsaber from the Leviathans.
Everyone pointing out the wrong holy sword. We've seen 2 Excaliburs and a lightsaber so far. We just cannot find the legend sword tonight. We'll maybe see a Valvalis at Ogopogo guarding the legend sword. That would be bringing back memories from the seed earlier today.
Miare using a Leviathan to absolutely destroy the D-Lunar. All right, so where is Sunny going to head next? MDP, the one talking right now is not Simbu. I'm Z-Man. I'm the one that sounds like Kermit.
When you hear someone talking about some really obscene strat, then that's me, Simbu.
And when you hear somebody making snide comments at the game, that's me.
Anyway, it looks like Sunny is going for that adamant armor. Definitely not going to blame him. Going to make the rest of the seed a lot easier.
Yeah, now the question basically becomes, who is Sunny going to put that adamant armor? So just to kind of give you everybody an idea here, we are 1 hour 43 minutes into the seed, and we do not have our first finisher.
In fact, we have not even seen Legend or Adamant on our restreamed runners. It took them... Rumblefish took all the way until the hour 30-minute mark, but Sunny, our first person underground, took to the hour 20-minute mark. I know we had some reports of people getting underground about the 50-minute mark, I think, was when people in chat started talking about Dusty and some of the others getting underground, but...
Yeah, I want to say there was a couple others in around the hour 10 mark, too.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the people running the seed should be underground by now, but just absolutely nasty. I don't think anyone makes underground. Even we timed Paranoia, and Paranoia took 12 minutes to get through the CPU fight, and You're not going to see anyone underground before the 40-minute mark, I think. Probably not even the 50-minute mark.
Okay, and we do unfortunately have our third forfeit. The pineapple salesman has decided to nope out of this.
Looks like we're about to get our encore for music from Paranoia.
And yeah, and Rumblefish is playing music now.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to look at his screen for a minute.
And Miari is headed down into the Feymark. Ooh, Bacchus for sale in the Dwarf Castle.
Just everyone cleaning up what's already been cleaned up, it looks like. Miari looks to be going for probably the Mega Sisters. I doubt anyone wants to take on that Antlion before getting the Adamant armor.
Which would make sense because the Antlion's going to hit hard in that spot. Very hard and very quickly.
Yeah. Miari thinking about it. And goes for the Mega Sisters, okay.
I do believe Miari has the Leviathan summon, which makes this fight all that much more easy.
And with a max HP Fu, I mean, the Quake spam is going to be real, but that said, you're dealing with pretty decent magic power and a very high physical attack. It's just not a fun fight.
Now, I do believe that, yep, this Rune Axe is going to do work against the Sisters.
Has Miari found the Rune Axe?
Yes, absolutely. Miari was one of the ones that did the at the Eblin Castle Grand.
Okay.
Putting Berserk on Kane and watch the damage fly.
Yeah, very nice 4,000 damage hit. Just has to keep Kane alive for a couple rounds, and this will be nice and over. Rumblefish picking up his adamant armor. And Paranoia picking up the pink tail. Sorry, I keep on interrupting you.
That's quite all right. Rumblefish slapping it immediately on Yang. I didn't see who Sunny slapped it on.
I think Sunny went for Kane. I know that he was debating for a little bit.
And let's see, who is Sunny going to ditch for Fusoya? Choosing between Rydia and Palom, and makes the, in my opinion, the wise decision to get rid of Rydia instead of Quack Kid. And look at that, yeah. Sunny's Fusoya is already full power.
Cat Claw and a Heroine Robe from the Toria Armory. Toria Armory so far, so Going to be interesting if they get anything like a Zeus Gauntlet, but all of this stuff, would have loved it earlier, but unfortunately a little bit too late.
Yeah, and given that this is T3, about the best thing you can find would be the Zeus Gauntlet. All right, so now it looks like Miari is going to go after the Antlion.
Oh, this is not the worst thing in the world, but it's going to hit like a truck. Bakrofu holding his own, but definitely want to be getting up some blinks.
We have breaking out the nukes here for Antlion. Oh, well, let's see how bad this counter is going to be here now that Kane is berserked. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm nuts here, but I don't like the idea of berserking in the Antlion fight, especially in this spot, just because it's gonna that counter is gonna hit hard.
Yeah, Ashura is no slouch when it comes to magical power. That's why Wyvern here is such a bad thing. It's like this third highest spot in the game, tied with Evil Wall and just as much magic power. The only time you berserk here against Antlion is if you have the adamant armor.
Paranoia fighting the Dark Imps.
And Dark Imps are dead. Oh, not. Interesting. We're getting reports that we might be looking at our first place finisher sometime soon.
And Miari does wipe to the Antlion. Rumblefish still taking on the Antlion.
Unfortunately, Rumblefish is fighting an uphill battle here. I mean, you have the pink tail, but it's not going to be enough.
All right, so we have Tella and Cecil up at Zot.
Well, the good news is they weren't our starting party, but actually, was that a... Paranoia has not done ordeals yet, so their Cecil, it does not have the ability to use the X-Cal.
All right, so who do we have here at the top of Zot? We have Pale Dim. And Paranoia takes Cecil. Sunny doing a little bit of egg scrambling.
Miari checking the Luca Cave and not saving down at the bottom. I understand that you want to reset out if it's nothing, but you don't exactly have the adamant armor yet, so this is a fairly risky play if this is something important. And with the tower key, you don't want to leave. I hope they don't get hit by anything with a lot of magic power.
Odin.
If they can get 2 lit 3s off and a couple slaps to the face, this will be fine. But if Odin does Odin, I think that's a good more than 1,000 damage hit.
And out of the Tower of Zot came the package.
Miari in the damage race. Is it going to be enough?
This is going to be close.
I think the nuke might do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this nuke might do it.
Ooh.
Got him.
Sliding through definitely was going to hurt if wasn't able to pull that off.
So, given how many of our runners have actually done the Baron Castle, I don't think we've seen an Odin spot check yet.
Yeah, it's surprising, especially since we've already found the adamant armor. Odin spot is a pretty easy check after that.
Wait, so doesn't our darkness crystal have to be either at Odin spot, at the Antlion, or in the tower, at the tower key spot? Or I guess up at the top of the tower.
I know we're definitely running out of spots, but on that note, we did have our first place finisher. Dusty Griff has finished with a time of 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 46 seconds. Congrats to Dusty Griff. Coming in with the sub 2 hour. Very nice. Miari immediately going up the tower. We're going to very quickly find out what we have in store for us up here. The Octomon is not going to be a problem with a Fu with Lit 3 and everything, but everything else definitely going to be questionable. I mean, the value is definitely at question.
So we do have Miare just beelining it up the tower. And Sunny's still grinding on eggs.
Which is... Does he only have 8 key items?
Yeah, he's not getting 68,000 on the eggs.
Yeah, I only count 8 key items. I do not recommend grinding to these obscene levels with out 10 key items. That's really not necessary. Lit 3 hitting for a cool 8.6 thousand damage. Not going to take very long to get through this Octomon spot. Meanwhile, we have Paranoia being the first to check Odin for us. I think we are really closing in on our moon access. And it's a free fight. Ooh. People are going to be kicking themselves if they forget to check this for a while.
And we had a drain spear at the top of the Tower of Babel.
And Aizen Tayama comes in second place with a time of 2 hours and 7 seconds. So only going to be one finisher below 2 hours tonight. GG to Aizen Tayama. And Paranoia gets the menu glitch from just going a little bit too fast. You don't want to spam your A button so much, but maybe they can show us their inventory. Darkness Crystal. I definitely see Darkness Crystal there.
There it is.
I am going to guess that Moon is required. So...
Well, at this point, I think... Oh, here's the antlion item. We have a rat tail.
There is still hope alive for a #NeverMoon, but the odds are very quickly running down. I'm pretty sure we only have the rat tail and the tower key spot left.
Yep, and we're just about to get the super cannon check. So the chances are much better than not that at least one of our key items is on the moon.
And we have our third place finisher. Chokashura has finished in third place with a time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. GG to Chokashura. It looks like people have finally cracked this seed open and are finding their way through it. So I expect quite a few people are going to start coming in now. Meanwhile, Miari finds the magma key. Oh, the trolls will never end.
So that guarantees it. At least one of our key items is on the moon.
Yes, at least one of the requirements for Go mode is on the moon. And when Rumblefish decides to check the rat tail, we will know if both of them are on the moon.
Okay, so very quickly here, Dusty Griff and Aizen Tayama join Rivers McCown, Nirm, Supremacy, Night Dew, and Error as the 8 guaranteed spots at our final table next Friday. So now it's going to come down to Z-score. Right now, our top 4 Z-scores would be Kobahi, Dragon Dark, Rinnet, and Simbu right now. It's all going to kind of depend now, Z-score-wise, whether or not Chokashura would push out Simbu. I think that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Which means I'm hoping that someone has to sit through here for 4 hours. I'm sorry to wish that on you, but that's my requirements to being in the finals table. So I'm sorry, Choco, but I really hope your Z-score is not very good today.
Okay, so we have Rumblefish taking on the Dwarf Castle. We have Paranoia taking on Ordeals to turn his Cecil into Paladin Cecil.
To answer Smoke's question, Z-score is a measure of how fast a racer does on average against everyone else who ran the seed. So I could get into the technical math about it, but basically if you finished much, much earlier than everyone else, then you're going to get a very good Z-score. But if the scores are spread out a lot over like a 2 or 3 hour period, it's going to make your Z-score a lot worse. So ideally, you want to beat everyone by like 30 minutes and then have everyone finish at the exact same time, and you would get a extremely high Z-score. But in this case, it looks like it's going to be a little bit more towards a very slow, probably finishers in the 3 to 4 hour range. Meanwhile, Sunny takes down the Mega Sisters as Paranoia gets their pass. So slowly people are going to run out of options and be forced down the Darkness Crystal route, but right now they are just not quite there yet. Did we ever see what Rumblefish got from Antlion? I got distracted.
Rat tail.
Oh yeah, Rat Tail. He hasn't turned that in yet, has he?
Nope. So while we are just kind of going through some spots here that we've already seen, I just want to give a shout out to our behind the scenes crew tonight, our restreamer and slinger of this wonderful seed, Terasu, and our always on top of things tracker, Mechalink. So thank you two very much for helping make this restream happen. We really appreciate it.
And a huge shout out to the runners as well, who have been sitting through this mess for 2 hours and a bit of change, and are probably still 20 minutes or more away from go mode. They are really sacrificing themselves for you tonight, our dear viewers.
I'm just going to say this, and I'm just going to let this go out into the air, and we'll see what happens. But we haven't seen Ogopogo, and we haven't seen Wyvern.
That is true. One of them has to be somewhere. One boss does get dropped every seed because we had to make room for Water Hag, but we also haven't seen Valvalis, have we?
No, we haven't.
So,
although all of our runners still have Kane, so that's not too bad.
I mean, if it's in the Ogo spot, I would prefer not to jump, just because those physical attacks hurt like no one's business.
And we have our 4th place finisher. Dragon Dark has finished in 4th place with a time of 2:06:23.
And there comes Poidraken in 5th place with a time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 18 seconds. GG to Poidrak.
And it's confirmed. We only have one key item on the moon. That key item will be the Adamant because the Legend Sword has just been found. It is through the rat tag.
I actually feel bad for a lot of people now because unless you do Antlion, who's a very nasty boss to get through, more likely you're going to do the Baron Inn spot and find that free fight for you and get your Darkness Crystal, and you're like, I've checked everywhere. Where do I go now? And just completely skip over checking the rat tail, full clear the moon, and there's your last spot. Just not going to be a nice feeling.
Error does make a very good point in chat. With a 4th place finish, Dragon Dark has guaranteed himself a spot at the final table.
I highly doubt that there will be high enough Z scores to really knock anyone except maybe the person in last place, which is me, out of contention. But we'll see. There's still the possibility, but we have yet another forfeit from Pid 01. Just rough seed, and people are finally coming to the realization that it's just going to take away their 3 hours of their life to finish the seed.
Well, I find that one a little on the interesting side because Pidge was one of the racers that was being reported as being into the underground well before any of the racers here on stream were. So I'm wondering if that is more just getting too late type thing for her.
Yeah, I know Pidge is a pretty good runner, so I doubt it's because they couldn't get through the seed. I think it's just frustration. Ouch. We just saw Odin literally rip apart Sunny's team, but Yang manages to hold up and finish things out for him.
And it does look like we're getting some grinding here on Paranoia's side.
And in
Sling
sixth
shooting.
place,
Go ahead.
I said in sixth place we have Kobahi finishing with a time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 7 seconds. So GG to Kobahi.
Yep, and that again will also guarantee his passage in. So right now, it is between Rinit, Simbu, and more or less Chaklashura for the final 2 spots. So Rinit is probably in. So it's going to come down to Simbu versus Chakashura for that final spot at the final.
On one hand, I'm really glad that I'm commentating right now, but on the other hand, this would have probably been one of the seeds that I would have loved to have played. So I think I would have had a really decent shot at a top 2, but at the same time, man, I couldn't wish the seed on anyone.
Hey, you can always go play it later. So interesting strategy here from Paranoia side by putting down Paladin Cecil. I don't really understand. Okay, on the one hand, I get why, because the agility flag is turned off, so Cecil is the agility anchor for this group of characters right here on Paranoia side. But on the other hand, you're going to need Cecil alive to try to take out some of these moon bosses. So Cecil's going to get experience anyways. So why put? I don't understand the logic here for putting Cecil down at this point.
I mean, it is perfect level 45. I think some people overestimate how important exactly 28 agility is. Getting up to 28 agility is very important, but going that little bit over, it's not really going to do you a huge amount of favors. In fact, Paranoia is maybe overgrinding a little bit here. I'm seeing Rosa already at 2000 HP, and if they do any more grinding, they're definitely going to be overshooting, considering they still have boss spots to clear out.
Rumblefish going down to the free as can be Odin spot to get his Darkness Crystal.
Legend Sword was behind the rat tail, which is behind the ant lion that Miari is fighting right now. and it really looks like places are just running out for our restreamed runners. I know Rumblefish has, I believe he's checked everything except for this Odin that he just finished up. So he'll be heading. Oh, he does not have the tower key. That was from. Where was the tower key
from the sealed cave.
Okay, so hasn't done that yet. Of course, he doesn't know if he needs to do that, but I personally would probably make the moon dive with it being Luca versus Darkness, especially metagaming a little bit off the finish times.
So, just random kind of aside here, just looking at the trackers and everything, we only have 2 key items on the moon. We only have the spoon and the adamant to be found up on the moon, and it could be in Cave Bahamut or it could be in any of one of the moon boss spots. So, be interesting to see where this adamant turns out to be.
And Rumblefish is going for Sealed Cave, going to find the tower key, going to have to sit through Odin, and unfortunately going to delay his finish by another 10-15 minutes just trying to clear out the tower and everything. It looks like Paranoia is finally happy with their team and is going to check for value in Cave Bahamut. We all really want that value, and Dr. Lugay, not too bad in this spot.
Now, I always find Dr. Lugay more annoying than anything, pretty much at any spot.
I think this spot has a total of 37,000 HP, so split 3 ways, it's not too bad, but it's still going to take a little while. It looks like Paranoia grinded all the way up to Nuke, so maybe that was their strategy, was to just get Rydia Nuke and go that way. Anyway, Sunny getting their Magma Key, and obviously not going to be happy with how things have gone for them so far.
So I'm pretty sure the only spot Sunny has yet to check, I think, is the Odin spot, maybe?
Also the Rat Tail. They haven't gotten their Legend Sword yet, it looks like.
Sunny, out of frustration, throwing the Magma Key down the well.
Miari getting their Rat Tail and will soon be on the correct path to the moon.
And I love the little line there. Well, that's gone.
For anyone who hasn't done it, just going through Free Enterprise and looking at all of the different comments that Boardface and other people have put into the NPCs and other various little aspects is just absolutely amazing. I know we have a dwarf who has a different job every single seed that you should go visit and everything. So lots of very interesting stuff for anyone who just wants to go through casually and see what Free Enterprise has to offer.
Isn't that dwarf in the Tamra treasury?
Yes.
Rumblefish taking a wipe to Odin and is going to go up the tower without the tower key.
Just Odin is nasty if you don't have the DPS, and honestly Evil Wall is probably the worst spot for him because the magic is actually big enough to hurt you. Meanwhile, Paranoia got through Lugay and got the Avenger, so we might see Avenger CISO strats.
I would think on Zeromus, Avenger Cecil strats would definitely be a thing, given that Paranoia has an Excalibur.
I mean, 2 Excals, but who's counting?
Yeah, it's not like they have an edge to dart them. So we're finally going to see the character on the moon here after 2 hours and 19 minutes. Let's see who the character is here. We haven't seen Edge. We haven't seen Sid. I don't think we've seen the dupe.
It's the
There's
dupe.
the dupe.
Meanwhile, Sunny is able to get their Darkness Crystal. So one step closer to being forced to make the moon play. And Miari also coming in and starting their fight for the Darkness Crystal. So,
and we've had a few more finishers here. We have Baka Shinobi finishing in 7th place, 2:17:21. Penguinator in 8th place, 2:18:20. Ikir finishing in 9th place, 2:19:04.
yeah, it's just astounding that we're at the 2 hour and 20 minute mark and we only have 9 finishers.
I mean, we've only seen 2 of our 8 key items on stream here at 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oh, hi, Wyvern.
I have a funny feeling that we're going to be seeing our Dupridia again. Paranoia deciding to just leave. Interesting. Like, you know what? I don't even want to be up here anymore. I'm done.
Owie. That mega nuke hurt a little.
Is Paranoia looking for Starvels, or I'm kind of curious what his plan is right now.
Flurry 14 finishing in 10th place with 2:22:06. So we have our top 10. 2 hours and 22 minutes into the seat. Our top 10 is done.
What I think is even more impressive is we've only had 3 forfeits, maybe 4 forfeits in 2 hours and 22 minutes. Very respectable of all of these people really just deciding to go with the seed. I've seen a lot of community races where if people aren't underground at the hour mark, then we have almost 50% forfeit rates.
So also interesting to point out on Paranoia's side, Paranoia doesn't have the rat tail. So Paranoia has not yet killed the antlion.
Yeah, Paranoia might be a little bit upset if they decide to go back to the moon after checking out this Luca key followed by tower.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
pretty
more
easy to... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm more than a little surprised Paranoia just didn't be like, oh, well, I'm going to go to the later spots in the moon.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nasty spot, but I don't think it's enough reason to leave the moon. I would have... You still have, what is it, 6 key item checks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 key item checks on the moon, not including Wyvern. I just don't think you leave that early for a Luca key and an antlion.
Dragus finishing in 11th place, 2:22:29. Peasants, OMFG, 12th place, 2:23:01. Rumblefish killing what we affectionately call the hair dryers. I'm assuming just for experience and to see maybe if he gets lucky.
Yeah, I would personally go and grind in Cape Bahama unless I'm looking for something else, but we have one adamant armor. I don't know if it's really worth going out of your way to do these chests when you have a tint and a shadow sword. So definitely not getting paid off there. Should have went for the gold dragons.
Okay, we have Miare taking care of Dr. Liu Gay and will be rewarded with the Avenger.
And we have Rumblefish going straight for Cape Bahamut. Everyone is believing in the value in Cape Bahamut, but just not going to be their day today. I wonder if Sunny is going to be our fourth runner to just fully commit and go Cape Bahamut just because they really want it to be there.
Interesting. Sunny ditching Kane for Cecil. Not quite sure what to make about that move.
I mean, I think you're going to go Reflex Rats anyway. I wouldn't drop with a for Cecil in this particular case, but an X-Cal is going to be better than what Kane has right now, and Yong is better damage than both of them if he has the adamant armor, which I'm pretty sure Sunny has the adamant armor on Yang at the moment.
Yes, he does. That I'm sure of. Miare taking down Luge and picking up the Avenger.
Miari is a few checks ahead of Rumblefish, but unfortunately I don't know if it's going to do him any favors, because if I'm Rumblefish and I just left because I wiped to Odin, I'm not going back down there until it's the only spot I can go.
Paranoia in the Super Cannon fight, about to eventually pick up his Magma Key. Sunny headed up to the moon, and Miare about ready to ditch Rydia for the second time.
It's interesting, but it looks like Sunny never turned in his rat tail unless our tracker missed it. So
Mecha Link's been on top of most everything, so if the Legend Sword isn't checked, Sunny didn't check it.
Yeah, I'm going to feel really bad for Sunny if he goes all the way, full clears the moon, and then it's like, wait, what's going on? And oh, I forgot to turn in rat tail. That's one of the worst feelings there is.
Rumblefish picking up his Avenger, and Paranoia fighting now Octomom at the top of the Tower of Babel.
I think we're about to see another Wyvern full party wipe with 28 agility. I don't know if you've got anyone fast enough to be 2 relative agility faster than Wyvern.
We are about to get 10 charcoal briquettes here, people.
Yeah.
And there's 5. And here comes the other 5. Enough charcoal to light a gas grill. Have fun.
Uh-oh. It looks like Sunny just tried to forfeit. We'll see if he actually... Yeah, it looks like Sunny just forfeited from the race after that Wyvern wipe. Not nice, but... Oh, look at his key item count. He hasn't saved in eons.
Oh, well, that would do. Oh man, that would do it. Yeah, look at the so I mean the end game time and real time are different. But I would say that 147, that's probably at least 20-25 minutes ago, real time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because we were wiping to Mom Bomb so much, but I think I count 13 key items that he should have, and his save is only showing 9, so 4 key items back, that's massive. Anyway, Dusty Griff, thanks for the raid. We are currently trying to get to the end of the seed. People are finally on the right path, but it's going to take them a while. We still haven't seen the adamant yet.
And we are joined by Sunny here in the commentator's booth. Sunny, what a seed.
You saw how much trouble I was having with that Mom Bomb.
Everyone on the restream was having trouble with that Mom Bomb. You were actually the first person on the restream to get to the underground.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and Paranoia were fighting the CPU at this. Oh, look, more charcoal. You and Paranoia were fighting the CPU at the same time, but because you had, in my opinion, smartly gone to the Eblon castle to find that rune axe, you were actually doing significantly more damage than Paranoia was, who didn't. So you out-damaged him on CPU and got there first.
Yeah, I considering how low damage of a team I was dealing with, I felt that it would probably be in my best interest to go to Evelyn.
We have Scratch Dragon finishing in 15th place, 231.39. RN Castro, 86, 16th place, 231.58.
I want to apologize for forfeiting. I know it's, as someone being restreamed, it's not the preferable outcome, but stuff happens.
Okay, so you were obviously, I think Simbu counted 4 key items back of your last save. So yeah. I can't blame you for that. I mean, that's a lot of time to go back and make up.
Yeah, that just kind of goes to showing save more often, I suppose, but
it's definitely all a learning experience. This was not a very nice seed. I'm actually surprised we haven't had more forfeits than we have had, but honestly, there's no shame at forfeiting at 2.5 hours into a seed that's just not wanting to finish.
Yeah, and then losing at least 15, 20, 25 minutes on top of it? No.
Just a whole mess. But besides that, I probably could have played the whole Mount Ordeals grinding that I ended up going out of Babel and doing. I probably could have played that a bit smarter. But there's just only so much you can do before you just get too frustrated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Paranoia going to turn in his rat tail for the Legend Sword.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Sorry I didn't end up finishing.
Hey,
But
don't worry about it, Sonny. Hey, it happens, man. But we appreciate the work you put into this seed. I mean, this was tough. This was legitimately tough.
I got a decent ways in, so.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. I'll talk to you.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too.
Meanwhile, Miari is just continually going to Wyvern and just not getting anywhere. I don't know if they realize just what they need to do to get past that Wyvern, or if they should just forget about it and go look somewhere else. Meanwhile, Rumblefish just took down Plague at the D Lunar spot and found an Adamant, but not the one we're wanting. And the other Adamant. So 2 Adamants sitting in the D Lunar spot. Rumblefish is in go mode. He is probably looking at those levels a little bit on the low side, but I'm assuming about 15, 20 minutes tops until he's able to finish out this seed.
Putting the other adamant armor on Rydia. Interesting call. So the one thing I want to mention here on Miari's side, when you get really frustrated and you get this mental lock and you just get stuck doing the same thing over and over and over again. I think that's what we're seeing out of Miari here.
Miari might be absolutely convinced that Wyvern is the answer to the seed. I know in the past, I actually had one seed where my SRL IRC locked up and it wouldn't show me any .dones. And so I thought, oh, no one's finished yet, so it has to be this Wyvern, because otherwise someone else would have finished. And I spent a good 30 minutes trying to go through it until my SRL finally decided to update and, oh, everyone's done now. Maybe something like that's going on, but oh, actually, this is interesting. Miari is going and doing some agility anchoring strats. This is actually a really good play if Wyvern was the answer. Unfortunately, we know Wyvern is not the answer. Hopefully they know to turn down their battle speed, but they might have a winning strategy here now.
Ooh, we have Zeus gauntlets for sale at the Coco shop.
I mean, it's nice, but aren't we going to do reflex rats at this point?
For me, it depends on what I would do, but with this party, I would actually just be hammering Zeromus with everything. Maybe reflect strats on the mages, but still hammering the crap out of Zeromus with the 2 fighters. Will it take a little longer? Yeah, but it's a little more satisfying.
That's definitely all that counts in the seed. Trying to get as much enjoyment out of it as possible.
You have Shamstron finishing in 17th place, 238.15.
But we're probably going to see hybrid strats out of Rumblefish, and hopefully Miari is able to get through this Wyvern at long last. I mean, this is not a fun Wyvern. And trying to run buffer, unfortunately this spot doesn't look like you can run buffer here, so you need to turn the battle speed down and just immediately go into the menu. Hopefully they figure that out. Turning battle speed down to 6, I'm almost certain they're going to get through it this time. They should be able to get 3 or 4 Starvels up if they are anywhere decent with their menuing.
So it looks like we have Rumblefish about to scramble some eggs, and we have Paranoia taking on Kainatsu. What spot was this at?
I was not paying attention. It might be in the plague spot. Mechalink says it's the wyvern spot. And a Murasame for the ninja who... I don't think anyone checked package, but it's either package or the giant, I believe.
Yeah, with Sid being the other character. Oh, and we already got there with the Star Veils. Of course, now can he finish out part 2 of the fight?
With 30 or 10,000 damage being dealt and Battle Suite 6, I highly doubt they're going to have trouble. Just needs to... going to reflect nukes off themselves, so all good. I would cast... I guess you can't cast Berserk right now because you still have walls up, but I doubt this Wyvern is going to give them too much more trouble.
Well, you could use a Bacchus item. Doesn't the Bacchus item go through the wall?
Yeah, Bacchus would easily do this, but it looks like they're not going for that. Otherwise, they would have used the Bacchus instead of power.
Okay, and at the plague spot, we have... Oh, it's the gauntlet, I think.
No, that's not the gauntlet. That's Kaipo guards.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
Yeah, it's much better. Hourglass, maybe not recommended because the back one's going to have a bunch. Should have probably went for Stone instead of Quake, but I guess casting the white on the back officer and then going for Quake, this is not going to last very long.
And we do have Rumblefish 82 heading towards Aromas. So it's time to ask that question that we always ask at this time, every seed that we broadcast here on twitch.tv/freeenterprise. Whose butt are we going to kick?
Meanwhile, we have Paranoia getting through the Kaibo Guards fight and Miari finally taking down that nasty wyvern for a ribbon and a spoon. Neither person happy right now.
So Paranoia is going to do the ever so rare 18 out of 18. Okay, we have had a bunch of finishers here. Smapity finishing in 18th, 240.45. Nawalmi 583, 19th, 241.02. WEW Bear 20th, 241.29. And Asmati Games 21st, 243 even.
And it seems that for Zeromus, we have... Let's see. I do not know who that fight is. Or
No
sprite
idea.
is.
No idea.
I've not ever seen that before, so I'm assuming that's somewhat new.
Yep, I have never seen this character before, so no idea.
Unfortunately, it looks like my time left for commentating has run out. Unfortunately, the seed went a little bit longer than expected, but Z-Man's going to round the seed out for all of you guys, and thanks for watching, everyone. It was great commentating, and hopefully Rumblefish has a very nice Z fight for us.
Absolutely. It was wonderful working with you, Simbu. Hopefully we get to do this again soon. Hopefully the seed isn't quite as jerkish next time.
But it was fun to commentate. I mean, if nothing else, it was fun. Anyway, thanks, Z-Man, and see you next time.
Have a good night. And we actually do have a commentator stepping into the booth here to replace Simbu. Rex Rawl. Rex,
Hey.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. I had participated in this beforehand, so I know what I'm getting into by jumping into commentary tonight. This was a very fun one, and it's good to see Rumblefish here in the final battle.
Yeah, indeed. I believe now we've identified this as a boss from Bloodstained. No, I've never even heard of the game, to be honest. So
Yeah, so I was not aware. It's a cool sprite, though. I mean, look at that.
yeah, I have to say it is a very good-looking sprite. That is for sure. So while Rumblefish is taking on Zeromus, we have Paranoia and Miare taking on Plague at the lunar spot, which we know has 2 pieces of adamant. One, of course, being the metal, one being the armor.
Yeah, very, very lucrative spot there. Difficult spot, too. That's a tough place for Plague because of the high HP there, but looks like Paranoia was just able to get through there. That's great. And Mary Noko is using the revive somebody, kill them off again after the count comes. It's a tried and true strategy, but it's a long fight here.
Okay, we do have SG4E Dunning at 22nd, 245.8. And we do have the Meteo phase here for Zeromus for Rumblefish. And it's over. Rumblefish has first place in the restream and has finished 23rd place in the seed with an official SRL time of 246.30.
Yeah, GG's to Rumblefish. I think anybody who completes this has done a very good job. This is a very difficult seed.
Yeah, to say, difficult is probably not the right word for it because, we can only go PG or PG-13 on this stream.
Yeah, I'm censoring myself, having gone through it myself. So, yeah, this one was tough, but it is satisfying completing seeds like this. That is for sure.
Yeah, indeed. And with that chime, I do believe we have Rumblefish82 joining us. Rumblefish, congratulations finishing this. Just well done.
Thank you so much. It was a really tough seed. I mean, it's not every day you have to get through Mom Bomb and OBS through a hook seed, but this is that seed, and I was able to pull it off.
Yeah, that Mom Bomb was just brutal to pretty much. This was just a terrible, terrible seed. And then, you had to go through the Ant Lion at the Ashura spot, which is no fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trick to that was there was illusions for sale in the Thamard shop just nearby. So that really made things a lot easier. But I did have a wipe to Ant Lion first time around just because I wasn't really prepared for how much damage was going to be there. But, I mean, that was the key to get the Legend Sword, and then the Adamant was on the moon in the ribbon spot. So, a lot of challenges there.
Yeah, that Ashura spot can definitely sneak up on with you with how much damage it can do. That's for sure.
One thing I thought was really frustrating, I had a wipe really early on. It probably cost me a lot of time. Was at it was kind of it was in the Antlion cave when I was fighting really low levels, fighting the evil wall. I mean, it was really just hard to get going in the seed because the characters starting with were not heavy hitters. I mean, he had started off with Edward and Kane, and they started off very low levels, and they didn't have very good equipment for him. So it's kind of like wandering from the earlier parts of the some of the easier parts in the game, but even those are pretty hard. I mean, I think I had a wipe in Fable, and I had a wipe in Antlion Cave, then I had a Nope in Mount Hobbs. So then I got to Mount Ordeals, and Asura was in the second slot. And I didn't have any star fails or wall or anything like that. So it's basically an impossible fight. So I had to I had to come back there too. So there's a lot of barriers.
Yeah, and I had commented as you guys were heading to the moon. It's like, all right, so we haven't seen Wyvern, we haven't seen Ogopogo. Where the heck are they going to be? And then Simbu was like, oh, we haven't seen Velvalis either. So I'm like, oh god, I'm going to guard something, isn't it? Well, it turned out they actually didn't. It was the plague that was the key thing there at the lunar spot. But this was not pleasant.
Yeah, and I had an inkling that it was going to be in Sealed Cave, and then it turns out that Odin was the boss for Sealed Cave, and that spot he's going to hit pretty hard, and he's got a lot of hit points, and my characters weren't really that far leveled, so ended up being a wipe. I almost tried to go back there to try to take out Odin, but with the number of people who were completing, I felt that that many people couldn't have completed already if they were leveling up after all that to get to Odin. So I thought we'll just got the Darkness Crystal, just check out the moon and see where it was and what's up there, and ended up being the right play because, as you said, the adamant was behind the in the ribbon spot, guarded by the plague.
So how do you feel about your placement in today and all of these League Forge? I don't know how many of them you were participating in. How do you feel about the League Forge flags overall?
Well, this is probably the League Forge flags. That is a tongue twister.
It is.
The League Forge flags I would actually say I would have thought that would be my strong suit, but I didn't really, I guess I was in the bottom half of of the four qualifying events. This is probably my best results. I only did two, though. I did the other one last night. It really gets down to with these flags luck. I mean, who is going to be the first person? It sets up a lot of possibilities for where the two key items, Legend Sword and the Adamant, are, and it just kind of comes down to who is going to be able to make the right guesses to get that first. I mean, you can do a lot of things, and it takes a little bit of skill, but it takes a tremendous amount of luck just to, make the right choices. So, this is, generally speaking, is my favorite flag set because it really involves a lot of thoroughness in going through the Final Fantasy IV world, which is, even though it was made in 1991, still is really a cool place to explore. So,
yeah, you had a lot to explore with this team, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, because the Hook Sea, then going up underground, and then having to go back up to the moon. So you're running all over the place.
Do you have any final thoughts today?
No, but I think this is going to be. I'm looking forward to the I guess it's the finals match on Friday with the winners, and so all the people who made it are good players, and look forward to see what's happening.
Absolutely, it should be an exciting final table. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rumblefish. Have a great night. All right, so during that interview, we've had some more dot-duns. We have Chrono 200, 24th, 248.03. Nitsky 1, 25th, 248.42. Dark Kobold, 26th, 250.01. And Captain B. White, 27th, 253.34.
And it looks like we've got both of our other featured streamers in the Zero Miss fight now, so that's wonderful as well. And so I missed a little bit here. Where did the runners find Cecil?
Cecil was on top of Zot.
The Tower of Zot. Yeah, that was a place that I didn't get a chance to see. So that's fun that people were able to get Cecil and use him. See a lot of reflected spells over on Paranoia's side. Very solid use when you've got the 3 casters like that.
Yeah, exactly. Those 3. Oh, and there's the flashing.
Yeah, GG's to much Paranoia.
Paranoia, 28th place, 254.50.
And so then we just have Mary Noko. See if we can see if they can finish real quick here too. Make short work of Zeramus.
So while we are waiting for Mary to finish and Paranoia to join us in the commentator's booth, do remember that this final table will be 9:30 p.m. Eastern time next, this upcoming Friday. And once we get these next 2 runners taken care of, we will go through and talk about briefly who made the final table, or at least who looked like made the final table.
Yeah, see in the chat we have Dusty Griff. We know is going to be at that final table for winning this seed tonight. So Mary Noko's party, a little bit different makeup than Paranoia, only 2 casters. So it looks like we're going to get more of a Tri-Zerker party here, it looks like.
Hello?
I believe we've got Paranoia in
Yeah,
here.
hi.
Paranoia, how are you doing tonight?
Whoever generated that seed, thanks. I hate it.
Well, GG's on your finish. This was a rough seed for sure.
But hey, at least the Zeromus fight was nice and easy. You probably had the smoothest Zeromus fight of anybody that we've seen.
Probably because I was really, really over-leveled for it.
Hey, better over-level than getting it done, right?
So, what part of this seed did you think most challenging, most jerkish, most trolly, whatever?
You could probably guess. No, Mom Bomb. Mom Bomb. Hi, Mom Bomb.
Yeah, that was one of the rudest mom bombs. That's for sure.
I was probably saying some very unkind things on my end.
Yeah, I can imagine you weren't the only one saying very unkind things. This seed was just absolutely brutal.
The other thing is literally, I don't quite remember the chain of events, but it was, let's see. You had to go take care of Antline in a Sura spot to get the Rat Tail to go turn that in for the Legend Sword. Adamant's sitting up on the moon, which is behind Baron. Especially, see, the boss in Noden spot, which I've forgotten what it was, because it came in. Oh wait, it was King Queen Neblin.
Yeah, that was the one little bit of relief you had, I think, during the scene.
And we also have Mirai Noko joining us in the commentator's booth here, who was finished in 29th place with a time of 2:58.24. Nice job finishing. This was just hell.
Yeah. I made a lot of bad decisions, but yeah. Wyvern there, making me think there was something behind it. Mom Bomb at King Queen Eblin with no illusions. I'm just glad to be out of that.
Yeah, that Wyvern definitely seemed to get the best of you, at least for a little while. You got your revenge in the end, though, so that's good.
Yep, and it was garbage.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, I am actually glad I ditched Wyvern. I did not feel like running into that particular windmill after Mom Bomb.
So yeah, that Mom Bomb definitely was, I think, one of the biggest gatekeepers. I mean, there was a number of gatekeepers in this seat, but that Mom Bomb, ooh man, that just popped up at a bad time.
And CPU right after it was real fun because all I really had for damage was Kane.
Same.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there was not a lot of options of like high-powered characters pre-hook in this one.
Absolutely. That's probably the source of a lot of my mistakes, is that I was too busy focused on replacing all these people like Edward and Porum that I just didn't concentrate enough. I didn't go to Odin.
Well, any final thoughts about this troll seed tonight?
Oh, I did like that blank text box.
I think all's been said already.
All right. Well, GG's to both of you. Just finishing a seed like this is something is an accomplishment in and of itself. So, and thank you for letting us watch your stream tonight as well.
No problem. Thank you for restreaming.
And thank you for commentating.
All right. So I think, once again, we want to thank our restream runners for being restreamed tonight. Miari Noko, we have Rumblefish82, Paranoia, and we had Sunny Tapman. So just real quick, we do have the final table of this Forge % event at the World Series of Free Enterprise coming up on Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do know that the following people have guaranteed their spot at the final table. Rivers McCown, Miram, Supremacy, Night Dew, Error, Zyrak, and tonight, Griff and Aizen Tayama. Kobahi and Dusty Griff and Rinit are probably all safe, so the last spot is probably going to come down to Chakashura or Simbu. That's going to be determined once the Z-scores for these races are calculated. So, I think with that, I think it's just about time we log off. Make sure you all come back to here Friday night at 9:30. I want to thank our behind-the-scenes crew again, Mecha Link for doing such a great job with tracking, and Tarasu for doing the restream. We really appreciate it. Rex, thank you so much for stepping in when Simbu had to take off. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. I know you. I want to make sure that your voice gets at least some sort of breather from time to time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So with that, it looks like we're going to go drop in on Hamj stream, who looks like testing a bingo, Final Four Free Enterprise bingo seed. So let's go give him some hellos and see what this Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise bingo is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night, and I'll see you guys on Friday.
Take care.